Hello, it's Iino. This time, I bring you logistics news for early January 2024. The main topic of this report will focus on the attacks on ships in the Red Sea by the Houthis in Yemen, which are having a significant impact on the shipping market. So, let's get started. Houthi attacks cause increase in vessels diverted to Cape of Good Hope. The Houthis, a pro-Iranian armed group in Yemen, have repeatedly attacked merchant ships around the Red Sea. As of January 5, 2024, almost all vessels of shipping companies, with the exception of CMA-CGM, have decided to bypass the Red Sea route and divert to the Cape of Good Hope. Shipping giant, Maersk, decided to temporarily suspend voyages in the Red Sea after coming under attack from the Houthis, an armed group, last December. And it was operating vessels via the Cape of Good Hope. On the 26th of the same month, it announced the resumption of its operations in the Red Sea, but after the Houthis attacked Maersk's vessels again, all navigation through the Red Sea has been suspended since January 2, 2024. By passing through the Cape of Good Hope, vessels will sail 10 days to 2 weeks longer than the Suez Canal route, which will also increase fuel costs and is expected to have a significant impact on future ocean freight rates. Container shortage. Pacific shipping routes to $5,000 per FEU. Many shipping companies have stopped their voyages through the Suez Canal and have been forced to go through the Cape of Good Hope, resulting in a shortage of containers. As a result, ocean freight rates on the Asia-Pacific route are reported to soar to $5,000 per FEU. As of December 15, ocean freight rates from Asia to the west coast of North America for trans-Pacific routes were $1,750 per FEU. However, as of January 1, it had risen to $2,750 per FEU. This is a 45% increase in just 2 weeks. And as of now, some shipping companies are offering $5,000 per FEU on January 15. The Chinese New Year is coming up in early February, so although there are seasonal factors, the impact in the Yemeni Houthi attacks is expected to be significant. According to some reports, even if the situation in the Red Sea is resolved and Suez Canal operations resume soon, the container shortage will continue for 3 to 4 months, and high ocean freight rates are expected to continue. At the same time, meanwhile, the Panama Canal continues to be restricted due to water shortages, which is causing distortions in the global supply chain. Ocean freight rates to Europe soar to $6,200 per FEU. The avoidance of the Suez Canal has also affected ocean freight rates to Europe. According to data from the Shanghai Port Exchange, as of December 29 last year, ocean freight rates from Asia to the Mediterranean were $3,500 per 20 feet, up from about $1,500 the previous week, a steep rise of about $2,000 in just 1 week. In addition, the FAK rates announced by CMA-CGM for the Mediterranean Sea from Asia were $3,200 for the East Mediterranean Sea and $3,000 for the West on January 1. However, the FAK rate from January 15 has been announced as $6,200 for both East and West, a $3,000 increase. The Houthis have attacked 7 vessels in December alone, and on January 3, they stated that they will target CMA-CGM container ships. CMA-CGM has not yet stopped sailing the Red Sea route, but more vessels may turn via the Cape of Good Hope if the damage is widespread in the future. China to fall from the lead in U.S. imports for the first time in 17 years. In 2023, China is expected to fall from the top spot in U.S. imports in 2023. Imports from China to the U.S. from January to November last year were down 20% from the same month last year. China, which had been the unchallenged number 1 for 17 years, dropped to second place. The number 1 spot is now occupied by Mexico. Until now, the company has been highly dependent on China, and the disruption caused by corona pandemic and labor negotiations on the west coast of North America became major problems with space shortages and supply chain disruptions. Therefore, there has been a noticeable move toward nearshore strategies, and the composition of the supply chain is beginning to change. Imports from China to the U.S. peaked in 2017 at over 21% of total imports, but have now dropped to about 14%. While imports from China have declined, imports from Southeast Asia have doubled in the past 10 years. In addition, imports of smartphones from China decreased by 10% from January to November last year, while imports from India increased fivefold. Also, imports of notebook computers from China fell 30%, while imports from Vietnam quadrupled. The US currently imposes sanctions against China, and the Biden administration is considering increasing tariffs on EVs and solar power generation in the future. However, approximately 70% of lithium-ion batteries, which are essential for EVs, are imported from China, and the focus will continue to be on getting away from dependence on China. This is the latest news on the shipping market in early January. Market conditions are constantly changing. I will continue to provide you with information, so please subscribe to our channel. Thank you very much.
In this channel, I explain about international logistics knowledge for your better understanding. I hope this video will be a good support for your logistics job. If you have any shipment from Thailand or to Thailand, please feel free to contact me Iino-san anytime. Also, I'm very motivated to keep updating these videos. If you subscribe, press good or comment anything. Well, thank you. See you next time.